it's just part of it. You know, there's entertainers and there's competitors, and I totally understand that. And my job is to compete, and that's what I'm focused on doing. Of course, we're doing this mid-game, but you know, it's something that I'll get used to, and just want to be the best team that I can and create an environment where we can all go do our best work. That's all we want to do.
YouTube. What's going on, man? Your boy's back. You know what I'm saying? Like cook. I ain't gonna say what it's back like, but it's, you know when you cook it, you put it in your, and then you cook it, and then you whip it, and you know I'm back like that. You know what I'm talking about if you know what I'm talking about. But man, I've been jamming that new clips. It be jamming. I might need to do a review on that new clips. Everybody in my inbox telling me to do man, go listen to that Joseph album by Hot Boy Turk, and see man, it go hard, man. I listened to a little bit of it, man. It was decent, but that ain't what I'm on here to talk about, man. I'm on here to talk about my guy Shedeur Sanders and Dillon Gabriel. Dillon Gabriel had played in the preseason game against the Eagles, and then he did decent. You know what I'm saying? He had 2 turnovers though, and he didn't look like Shedeur Sanders. And then they gave him a lot of quick dump offs and out the backfield kind of plays to kind of help him out, so his completion percentage looked decent, and not put him in situations where he could panic and do something crazy. Even though he threw a pick 6, you know, the other way, you need to throw that into the dirt. But he didn't really have a bad game. But that ain't what I'm on here to talk about. I'm on here to talk about, was Dillon Gabriel really taking a shot at Shedeur? Like at the end of the game, he said, you got people out here that's trying to compete, and you got people that's out here that's trying to entertain. You know what I'm saying? And I think a competitor is trying to compete and entertain. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, when he's competing, he's entertaining. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that's too much of a shot. Where are my glasses? Let me make sure I got my glasses, so I won't forget them in the car. You know what I'm saying? Let me put them where I need to put them. But if you're a competitor, you know what I'm saying, I think you out here trying to compete and you're entertaining, because that's the game you're playing, and everybody watching a product of entertainment, football or basketball, whatever product you're watching. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to get entertained too. So him taking a shot, I don't think it's a shot. Everybody try to point back at what the Oregon coach has said about Shedeur. I don't think Dillon Gabriel was the quarterback then. I think it was Bo Nix, you know what I'm saying? And I don't think, if you ask me, I don't think there'll be in no crucial kind of quarterback battle and he would take a shot at Shedeur right there. I don't think it was meant. He said when they interviewed him later that he was talking about the reporters and stuff, the entertainment, which it don't make no sense, but I think he was more of kind of being nervous when he said what he said. But I've been seeing a lot of things going around about people saying, no, he was taking a shot at Shedeur. Yeah, that's what he was trying to do. You know, he was really trying to take a slight jab at the guy. You know what I'm saying? I don't really think it was that, but you know what I'm saying? Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But Dillon Gabriel didn't look better than Shedeur. That's one thing I can say. He didn't look better than Shedeur. Shedeur looked way more sharper. He had a better presence in the pocket. When he got in the red zone, he scored touchdowns. When Dillon Gabriel got to the end zone, you know what I'm saying, I think they had one running touchdown and the rest of them were field goals. And then they got that pick 6 to end up winning the game. But on the other end too. But if you ask me, Shedeur just looked more comfortable. Like, I would put all my eggs in one basket. And if I were to put all my eggs in one basket, it would be the Shedeur Sanders basket. Dillon Gabriel, like I said, I'm not going to diss him. He didn't just look terrible, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, he had 2 turnovers. And that's one thing you cannot have in the NFL. You cannot have turnovers. You cannot throw picks. You got to learn how to throw things in the dirt. And then you cannot turn around and get a ball to the running back, which I don't think he put it in the running back's stomach. He reached it out where the running back had to kind of reach for it, end up fumbling the ball. You know what I'm saying? Them 2 things you cannot do in any sport. You know what I'm saying? They will get rid of you real quick if you cannot handle the ball and not turn the ball over. I think that's one of the biggest slights against anybody at being a leader on any kind of sport, that you not turn the ball over. Because I think out of everything, you have to protect the ball. And you can't get in an NFL game and have 2 turnovers in a preseason game when a dude behind you that they saying that was picked 2 rounds after you had a no turnover game, you know, and threw for 2 touchdowns in the red zone. So I think, you know what I'm saying, I think in the competition, I don't see how Shedeur Sanders he's not the number 2 quarterback. We know who's going to be the number 1 quarterback. We know they're gonna send Joe Flacco out there until he loses by 6 games straight. And then they're going to put one of the rookies in there. I think they're gonna get rid of Kenny Pickett. That's how it's looking. He's been injured the whole time, so he haven't been able to show what he can do. But he's been in the NFL for a little old minute, so people already have a little tape on him about how he can throw the ball. He went to the Eagles. I mean, he wasn't gonna get that job, and he then went to the Pittsburgh. You see, he didn't get that job. So I think we done seen enough of Kenny Pickett. If I was gonna go with anybody, I would go with Dillon Gabriel. I would go with Shedeur Sanders. I think you might have well gone to take a chance because they got a heavy, I think, quarterback class that's coming out next year. And everybody on this Arch Manning, I watched Arch Manning play. I almost lost money on Arch Manning because he got put in the game for the Quentin. He ended up getting in the game and ended up looking like trash. And then they ended up putting the starting quarterback back in there. And he almost broke up my prize pick. Because if they would have just took him out the game, kept him out the game, I would have won easy. I still ended up winning, but they made it a little crucial where it looked like I was going to lose a little bit. But if you would have asked me my opinion, what needs to happen, I don't have a problem with them not starting no rookie the first game of the season. You know what I'm saying? Don't just throw him out there to the Wolves. I think if you was going to start anybody, I would start Shedeur because he looks a little bit more sturdier. He's a bigger guy. You know what I'm saying? And he looked like he will fit better in that offense. And when he got out there that one preseason game, he showed you how comfortable he looked. They say, oh, look who he was playing against, but look who he was throwing to, too. You got to always think about that, too. You got to look at it both ways. You just can't look at it one way. And a lot of times people like to look at it one way so they can kind of take a slight jab at the guy and not tell the truth. He wasn't throwing the ball to Judy and all them people. You know, he wasn't handing the ball off to this guy and that guy. And he wasn't in there with the first team. So let him play with the first team, and then I wonder what he can do. If he was beasting with the guys he was playing with, you put him in there with the first team, I think he really would get down. You know what I'm saying? If you would have asked me, if you want my opinion of it. But I don't, like I say, I'm going back to the Dillon Gabriel thing. I don't think Dillon Gabriel was really taking a shot at Shedeur. I think he just spoke and it came out a certain kind of way. I don't think he would be taking a shot in a heated competition, quarterback competition like they got right now, for quarterback competition. I don't think he would right now take a jab at anybody, even though he played like he played. You know what I'm saying? I can see if he got out there and balled out, threw 3 touchdowns and whatever. He had 2 turnovers. He can't go to the sideline and then talk crap. And then when they scored, Shedeur was putting his hands up like he was excited when he went in there and scored. So I don't think he was doing that. But tell me how you feel about it. I see a lot of people talking about they felt like he was taking shots at him. I don't feel like that. And I don't feel like Shedeur got nothing to worry about. Shedeur's a beast, and he gonna do what he gotta do, man. But like, comment, subscribe on my video. How do you feel about the Dillon Gabriel Shedeur thing? Do you feel like he was taking a shot? You might feel different. Let me know on my video, man. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.